The following program is a production of Pioneer Public Television. Major support for Compass is provided by the ongoing support of the Leo P. Flynn Estate of Millbank, South Dakota. Additional support is provided by the Southwest Minnesota Private Industry Council, promoting Southwest Minnesota as a place rich with opportunity. Come for the jobs, stay for the lifestyle. More information at swmnpic.org.
Hello and welcome to Compass, a production of Pioneer Public Television. I'm Les Heen, your host for Compass, and this is a weekly discussion of public policy and important issues facing our viewing area. This week we will discuss how small business growth is being encouraged and assisted across the state. We'll have representatives from the Small Business Development Center and the Southwest Initiative Foundation. We'll touch on economic and business development trends in our region. First, Pioneer's Laura K. Prosser is taking us to Clinton, Minnesota, and that's where a small-town cafe hub was brought back to life thanks to one man and a Bush Foundation Leadership Fellowship. Here's Laura's report.
Small-town businesses tend to face more challenges than most, but when the only restaurant in town, the last community gathering place, closes its doors, what's a town to do? Enter one county commissioner, a $75,000 fellowship from the Bush Foundation, and one woman willing to start where the commissioner left off. What comes of it is the new and improved Inadvertent Cafe, or what is now known as the Main Street Diner. I'm here with Kris Grooters in Clinton, Minnesota. Kris, why don't you tell us a little bit about what made you want to be a cafe owner?
First of all, I knew Brent was wanting to get out of it. He looks very good at writing his books and so on, and he was looking for the right person to take over. I've always had an interest in the food industry. This isn't my first business I've had, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
You've had a couple small businesses in your past, correct?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that and coming into the cafe business from there?
Experience as far as waiting on tables and serving people, I've done pretty much most of my life. I've waited in a lot of different places. I was pretty much brought up with a lot of that. So we get a little bit more interaction with the customers here. But now that I'm actually the owner, manager, things are a little different. There's a lot more to do as far as being the manager of different things. I guess I've had experience in the food retail industry, which makes it a little easier to come by. But all in all, it really kind of is the same, and each business needs the support of the customers that come in the door every day.
Were you ever worried about juggling it all yourself?
At first not. I'm glad that I have two great people, plus my own daughter that helps. I don't think I could have done it without them because it is a lot more than I expected. I'm glad that people appreciate that we're here and we do have the business that we have.
With it being a lot more than you expected, what kind of challenges have arisen for you as a new cafe owner?
I wouldn't say there's too many challenges, but as far as dealing with the customers and having to serve the food at the same time is really a lot to deal with. So that goes back to having the great help that I have.
That's very true. So now, how has your vision changed since you've taken over from Brent?
I guess it basically is the same cafe. We're open longer hours. We are open for lunch and breakfast as well. The only thing that's really changed is just to give a name. It's no longer the Inadvertent Cafe, it's Main Street Diner. People from the surrounding communities and our community have been very supportive, and that's what I like to see as long as they keep coming in the door.
So what kind of work is still ahead of you with your work here?
Every day there's different things that come up. There's always things that need repair. There's always things that have to be maintained. On a daily basis, there's always something to do around here, from big things to small things. But it really is not a one-person job either. You need the help of other staff, which I found out.
Well, with the help of other staff, what work is still ahead of you? What still needs to be done at the Main Street Diner? Anything?
Right now we are still waiting for our deep fryers to be put in, which I know people are really wanting. They've been asking for them. Hopefully they will be in the next week. Other than that, it's really not anything that we have to change. I think people like the way it is, and they've commented on the variety of items on the menu that they get. We do noon specials as well, so they have a lot to choose from.
Everything from breakfast to lunch, and with the new deep fryer, even more items added on.
And breakfast is served all day as well. So some people like burgers and some people like bacon and eggs for dinners.
Is there anything else you would like to say, or would you like to touch on what the future holds for you and the cafe?
I guess as far as the future, I'm just hoping we get the customers keep rolling through the door, because that's what it needs to stay open.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kris. That's it for us here in Clinton, Minnesota. I'm Pioneer's Laura K. Prosser. Back to Les in the studio.